Nobody's getting the coronavirus here. Hey y'all, welcome to a Q&A about my life on the ship. Today marks a little over my 1 month break from work due to the whole, coronavirus thing. Half my messages from my friends at home look like this. So I made this video, or am making this video for y'all. So let's get into it. Let me put my glasses on so I can see these texts. Oh, that glare is crazy, but you can see the sun is shining. I've worked on a cruise ship for about 8 months, and during that 8 months I served in 2 different roles. The first role I was a steward, and the second role, which I was in for about 3 months, was as pantry chef. These were very different. So I'll try to keep both perspectives in mind when I answer these questions. Okay, so the first question was, what was your schedule and average hours worked? A lot. So as a steward, your day starts at around 6:30 and ends at around 9:30. You do have breaks in between those times. I just don't really remember the specifics. As a pantry chef, my day started at 5:30 and ended at around 9. And again, there are breaks in between that schedule. You just have, the list of things that you need to get done. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't move that fast. And I was also still learning. So a lot of things could have been done faster, but I wasn't there yet. Would I do it again knowing what I know now? Yes. Because I think it's honestly all about the people and the connections you get to make with people. Because the job is hard. It's hard on your body. It's hard being away from the people you love and care about. It's hard to put your life on pause. Your life isn't really on pause, but it's almost I feel like I was living a double life. Because, a lot of the things that make me feel like me, I didn't do when I was on the ship because it was I was too tired, or it just doesn't make sense. I love doing my makeup, I love dressing up and doing all those things, and it was very hard for me to try and carry that out over into my life over there. But it's about the people, and you get to see a lot of really cool things that I don't think, and I got to go to a lot of places that I don't think I would have gone to on my own. Yes, I've spent a lot of time in my life traveling, but I never really ever had the intention of going to Alaska. And I got to go to Alaska, and I was there to see the Northern Lights, glaciers, and all these other really beautiful things that I probably wouldn't have run into on my own. How often were you able to get off the boat? That also kind of depended on the itinerary. So I'm not a cold weather person at all. So I wasn't really too keen to get off the boat for most of the time when we were in Alaska and Canada because I thought it was cold. But when we were in Mexico and Panama and Costa Rica and Belize, I was off the boat as much as possible because I love the warmth and it makes me feel like I'm at home. Did you enjoy the company of your coworkers? For the most part, yes. It's if any of you have siblings, sometimes it's just you want your own space and it's nothing personal, and it's just sometimes kind of hard to find that.
I love you, bitch. I ain't gonna never stop loving you, bitch.
The food. Okay, I don't really know what this question is asking. But broadly speaking, the food, it depends on what you like. Overall, the food's pretty good in terms of the food you eat as a crew member. I just know that when I first started working for the boat, when I was a steward, I had a really hard time because I didn't really eat chicken like that. So I didn't eat a lot. And I also chose to sleep instead of go to a lot of meals. And that's not a reflection of the chef de partie at the time. It was just more it's not what I liked to eat, so I just didn't. I will say, I don't think I've ever been that snatched in my life. How is your living situation? So our room, as a steward, I had 2 other roommates, so there were 3 people in the room. And as a chef, it was just 2 of us, which was a lot nicer, and the rooms were a lot bigger. I got very lucky again with like most of my roommate combinations where everyone got along with each other, so it never felt uncomfortable to be there, and it was never like, ugh, I don't want to go to my room. Isn't this case so cool? Look at it. Do you ever befriend the guests and stay in touch after? No. I'm pretty sure that's a big no-no as well. Are the guests cool? I think that's a question based on your perspective. Because sometimes it can feel like they don't see you as entirely human in real life, since a lot of times there's like an age difference. Like I'm in my 20s, but our average guest is probably in their like 70s. So sometimes it's cool like talking to like, it's like talking to your grandparents sometimes. Every now and again it's like, oh, this is cool, and sometimes like, oh, this is a bit much, and like, distance, please. Some of these questions are a little crazy. What are some of the things I wish I knew before taking the job? How to pack. Experience a lot of different climates, where it's literally rainy and probably like 30-40 degrees outside, probably colder, and then you'll get down to where it's like 70-80 degrees all within like a time that you might not have left the ship. So that's a little bit crazy. But the packing list has a lot of things you don't need, and there are a lot of things that you do need that aren't on it. So just the whole packing situation was not on my side. Do you get to enjoy the boat destinations, or can you only stay on the ship? You can enjoy them. I think it's just, you have to pick your priorities, and you have to know, you know, do you want to sleep, or do you want to hike? Do you want to sleep, or do you want to swim? Do you want to sleep, or, you know, I need to sleep because everything that you want to before you want to get whatever it is, or was I? I'm not gonna lie, for the first half of my contract, I wasn't taking advantage of all the cool things we were seeing because I was tired. It would take me a long time to realize that no amount of sleep can make up for the tired. You're just going to be tired, and that's okay. Now I know these are the questions my sister sent. These are so crazy. Is the food fresh? Yes. Do you serve leftovers? No. Where does the poop go? Honestly, I don't really know. I don't know why I would know the answer to this question. I think it goes someplace and it's tucked away safely. Is the money you pay to go worth it? Yeah, I think so. Because, I mean, where else would you get to literally pet a whale? I know that sounds wild, but it's a thing. The whales do like come close enough for you to literally like pet them. I think they're like blue whales. Don't quote me on it. What happens if the ship tips over? Well, I feel like it would take a lot for that to happen because most of the places where we're sailing are pretty calm waters. But if the ship tips over, it tips over, and you go through your emergency procedures and you get off the boat. I don't know what kind of question that was. How do I spend my time off the cruise? I'm kind of very bad to answer this question, and here's how I'll explain why. So in my 8 months, I worked for 6 months, and I completed my contract, and then like 2 weeks before the end of my contract, I got the new job as pantry chef, which was super dope. Came home for like 10 days, and most of those 10 days, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was asleep or just reconnecting with friends that I had let fall by the wayside. But most of my coworkers travel and see the world a lot on their off time. I just haven't had much to play with where I was allowed to travel. I did have a trip to Costa Rica and Panama planned right on the peak of the coronavirus thing. Y'all, I just wanted to say I had some time today, obviously. Tell me I don't look cute. I know, right? I am cute. It is a monochromatic look, so it took minimal effort, but it still is very cute. Believe the color is called Dominate by this baby, Tardis Pro to Go. As you can see, Dominate is my color. She looks good on me and makes me feel like a bad bitch, so don't try me when I'm wearing this shadow. Don't hate me, y'all. I just realized, like, after finishing, like, editing this, that I forgot to say thank you so much for watching. It means a lot that you made it to the end. If you didn't, it's okay. Thank you for watching it at all. Please let me know if there are any other questions that you have that I did not address in this video. I'd love to make another one or just give you the real tea on the comment section. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a wonderful, healthy rest of your week. Bye, loves.